RogueTech, tread not. Welcome back to RogueTech. We're going to be dropping down on a battle here, and it's going to be just a full lance.
Command interface initiated.
In the water? What? Yeah, well, talk about out in the open. I think I'm the one out in the open. So you calling me an amateur? Jesus Christ. All right, where's this lance? It's way over here. Wait, wow. Look at this run from here way to hell over there. Really? I mean, I like having a range advantage, but sheesh, people. Sheesh. I got some guys coming in from that. You know what? This is it right here. Boom. Done. That way I can keep some height. They don't get the height advantage on me. And we come in contact right off the bat, which gives me all the defense and stuff. What do you got here? This fire truck? Mm-hmm. You on the farm? You got chickens? I got chickens. Yeah, that's a serious comment, by the way. I do got chickens. All right, let's keep going.
Waiting to pounce.
Don't mess with chickens. Whoever said, you know, being chicken is a bad thing, they don't know damn chickens. Especially the roosters. Jesus Christ. They get pretty brutal with one another. Really? How's... Okay.
Now go on, get down into your hole.
Here.
There you go. More negative waves.
This dude here.
Have a little faith, baby. Have a little...
Lots of stuff on him. That went boom.
It's still up. No, it ain't.
What's up, boss?
I need somebody else to spot some. Let's go down here in the hole here. Boop. Anybody? Anybody? Nope. Okay. Done.
Ready for orders.
Should turn on my DNI cockpit here. Okay. Let's do a 3 move up this way so I can get up on the edge a little bit.
I'm here.
Optio. Let's do a 3 move up as well. I have no idea where these guys are. So, what the hell? Here, minefield. Something got hot. Aha! Plasma residue, eh?
Standing by.
All right, well, that bushwhacker's toast. Let's go ahead and reserve, see who else pops out. Long range PPC from way over there. Oh, it's a VTOL. Bullshark took it in the chest. Whatever that was. Gauss rifle.
Commander?
K-Stalker. Step forward. In the open. Throw some SAMs. Let's see. You have 105 in the front. You have 101 in the front. And the Gauss rifle. So I'm picking you. 99%. Okay.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, no sweat, you know.
Yay, man. No sweat. Got it. Toast.
Always with the negative waves, Moriarty. Always with the negative... No chance, man. No, they both had it.
Receiving you.
Morphium. Bushwhacker from the rear. Let's go ahead and do a Berserker Vigilance combo. Don't need to do the Vigilance enhanced. Charge, go.
Targeting. Physical attack.
Okay, that's toast. Last guy, do a regular walk forward. Yeah. And done. Wow. That was stupid fast.
Mission successful.
All right. 750,000. No internals, no injuries. Did take a chest hit over there, but it's fine. A bit of bushwhacker, heavy PPC Gauss. Gauss ammo? Plenty of Gauss ammo. Got a lot of LRM ammo. I got machine gun, high explosive. No, I don't have any high explosive. Huh. But I'm not going to take that. It's just not worth it. 1.5? 2.5. I think it's the most valuable thing in the list. Valiant has extra crit for 1 less damage. I think that's going to be fine right there. 24. That's 100,000, 470,000, 500,000, 530,000, somewhere in there. So yeah, that'll be a nice little piece of cash. That'll put me up to 3 million. Take care of these. Four days for repairs, not bad. Bet you that's all in the one Godzilla. Take a look. Bull shark, yep. Throw you in for 2. And that's going to be what, 3. So it's basically 4 days for me to do something. All right. I don't think there's any reason for me to stay here. I'm just trying to get in the region. And what do we got? Gladiator, Steel Beast, Gladiator, Gladiator, Gladiator. You flashing? System is insurrect. I saw a little bit about that. I don't know the details on insurrect. Should look that up. Gladiator. All right. So Steel Beast, someone we haven't done this particular run, and I'm thinking I'm going to skip that. It's gives you a crab that has, I think, was it additional ballistic. I think it's a ballistic mount that's not normally on a crab. I don't need that at this stage. I'd end up selling it. We've seen that mission before. The only thing that might be unique is if I decide to go after him one-on-one with one of my guys and they bring the lance. I got a couple. Well, do I? Because I think you have to drop 50 or below. It's 55 or below. Then I could drop the Screamer. I think the Screamer could take the whole crew. That would be interesting. All right. Maybe. What do I have in the area? Let's look at advanced research. Again, I think we're still looking at super heavies. Got a couple down here. The Capellans are pretty much taking up a bunch of space, but again, I can't contribute, unfortunately. Let's do what, 4.5, 5 skull. Let's take a look at 5 skull. Will it sort appropriately? Kinda. Research. 5 skull and research. Maybe I do that. Go over here and play with some more stuff. Of course, this isn't on the edge. This, and that's owned by Capellans. This is owned by Federated Suns. It's in a Mars environment, so I have to worry about heat a bit more. That could be a little bit more interesting. Capellan. Heavily owned by the Capellans, 300%. Tropical. Black Market. Owned by St. Ives. And Research. There's a priority mission here. Can't do it because I don't have the correct season for this career. All right, let's go over here. 24 days. Go.
Roger that, Commander. Course plot.
So while this is happening, do I continue this run, or should I abandon this run and create a new career and possibly try to get straight into the war? I haven't played the Rogue War aspect of it, just the RogueTech aspect of it. But Rogue War might be interesting. Everybody's out. Let's take a look and see if we got barracks. So drop in some thoughts on what you think. Should I switch? Should I finish these guys off where I max everybody out and continue to just add like nukes? I can always add a nuke. That might end the game pretty quick.
Okay.
Yes, Commander.
There. Everybody pick up some experience. Yeah, I think I might switch into nuke. If I do that, we'll probably go through options next episode. I should start off by looking at the options, and then we'll go from there. Let's go back to the Argo. Go.
Got a new financial report for you, Commander.
Thank you. All right, class warfare between raised voices echo down the mess deck hallway, and you arrive to find Energy nose to nose with Optio. I don't care about your noble family. You don't give me orders, Energy snarls, poking with the other MechWarrior in the chest with each word. Optio lifted his chin. Even out here in the periphery, you should know enough to listen to your betters. I just hate that line. At this point, Energy's got Optio's got the upper hand here because, Energy's all spouting crap. But then, your betters? No. How about I'm your officer or your squad leader? You're something, whatever. Energy's fists flash out before anyone can intervene, sending Optio staggering, blood erupting from his bloody nose. That's fair. In the dangerous silence that follows, the room finally notices that you've arrived. A single fork clatters to the floor. I just had the prop. All right. Blue. Always go for blue, I think. Have them fight in the gym instead. Go for it. Energy gets an injury. Optio's got high morale. We got plus 10 morale. The two MechWarriors circle each other in the makeshift boxing ring while the crew shouts encouragement. Optio has dominated the fight over the first 3 rounds, bloodying the other MechWarrior repeatedly. Energy, flagging and back against the ropes, springs forward with a final surge of energy, and in response to such a wild assault, Optio steps, turns, and strikes in a pattern of probably practiced hundreds of times at an expensive fighting school. Energy goes down hard. As the referee reaches the 10 count, the crowd goes wild. Okay. High spirits, injury, fine. I think we've got some time. Right? 9 days, 30. Yeah, we're fine.
Waypoint reached, Commander.
All right, let's take a look at the store at Oriente. Or it could be Orient. Minigun, hey. 12 damage, huh? Accuracy against infantry. PPC capacitor. Yeah. And then the heat pank and the heat sinks. I think I have anything that needs 6, but hey, whatever. Let's go back here to the Argo and take a look at the hiring hall to see if there's anybody interesting here. What is that? Field command. Mech only. And then 3 Kickstarter dudes. All right. Are you your veteran? I think I'm going to leave that alone. Let's take a look at the command center, see what there's out here. Worried Beast? No. There is one. 5,000 shekels. Capellans going after St. Ives. They're super heavy prototype mech. Well, think we're doing it again. Oh, wait. I do have... Damn it, I have blood sport. I need to put that in. Let me go look. Is it you? Berserker's +2 accuracy. Screamer has armored cowl. It's melee as we got. +1 accuracy, and that's it, right? Fire control. Bloodsport. There it is. So Bloodsport's going to give me +1 accuracy and +1 initiative. Rather than just the +1 melee accuracy. Yeah. Alright, so that's an upgrade. Done. Validate for a day.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
And we'll let that day go by, and then come back and join me in the next episode. I think the next one's going to be the super heavy, unless I chicken out. So come back and join me in that episode. In fact, before I do that, maybe we should take a look at the options. Alrighty, so once you've gone through an update, if you just do the update install, you'll get this option here to reconfigure RogueTech. When this is highlighted, you can select it, and what it'll do is it'll bring up the initial list of options when you first started a game or career. Just to go through some of this, I did this before, but we'll do it a little bit now. You can go through the online war map if you want to. You can also do old offline, the Galaxy at War, if you want to pick up something a little bit different. I've always been doing the online war map. I feel it feels interesting, even if I'm not contributing at the time, to just watch the map move around and to see things change allegiances. And it does affect my gameplay some, but it's not as if I was in there. Difficulty scaling, you can do 2 of these. One is obviously by company strength. So if you pick this one, every place you go, it will adjust based on how strong you are. So you really won't be able to pick stuff that's way over your weight, nor can you pick things way under your weight. If you should, like, for example, just recently, I went to a very low difficulty planet and did a whole bunch of missions with a bunch of, little stuff because I needed one to pick up some cash, but I need to take a breather from the 5 skull stuff every once in a while. So I prefer to keep it difficulty by planet rating, which means I have to search out some of the harder stuff. It feels a little bit more natural to me. Spawning, I love the randomized combat starting position. You can do that. You can disable that and let it just drop you wherever. I think there is interesting strategic decisions to be made, or tactical decisions to be made about where you drop. And you can also get a feeling for where they are. You'd see me do that pretty much in every episode where I move my cursor around to see where things are. And if I know the general area, I can kind of figure out if I want to try to do come around on the side or come in just from the front or what have you. I feel like that's a interesting way to be able to choose how you're going to move forward with your particular mission. Next one is battle deployments. Well, it's the same sort of thing. Choose deployment position on mission start, and this is the randomized combat starting position. So, I think if you do your manual deploy, you probably don't have to worry about the manual deployment. Convoys. This is whether or not you get to control the convoy. In default BattleTech, the convoy does its own thing, whether or not you want it to. It just goes off and starts making a run for the exit. It's like a bunch of panicked guys rather than being a connection to your team. I like the manual convoy option. It still restricts you to within a path. You have to meet two conditions on your convoy move. One, you have to stay on the path to the exit. And the second is you have to stay within a certain range of all of the other convoy pieces. So they kind of have to move together like a convoy. Map size, I like to go large. I go large because it adds a little bit more technical or tactical decision making as far as what you build and what you do. I have at the moment some LRM builds. I got a couple of Gauss builds. Both of those have an advantage at range. And I think it's kind of interesting to see some of the moving around. I mean, the super heavy that I did was 3 hours long. Movement around that map was critical to success. If I had dumped into a standard map size, then some of that maneuverability wouldn't have been there. It'd just been a slugfest. And where a slugfest can be intense, I don't feel like it is a true test of your capabilities to both build and also move your units around based on your build. Choose to spawn ally support. So if you just disable this is whether or not you every once in a while you get bodies or not. So here you see receive allied support on tougher contracts. So if it thinks that you're being outmatched, it might throw you some allies. I think that's kind of an interesting way to try to balance out some of the battles, at least a little bit. Select enemy support lance chance reduction. Reduce chance to spawn additional enemy lances if the player lances under strength. There's a normal reduction there. You know what? I'm gonna go no. I don't want any reduction. Yes, hurt me. Yeah. Go ahead and hurt me. I think I'm at the point now where I'm gonna start taking some risks here and see if I can get myself killed off, and then maybe we can start another run. I'm thinking both for the reason that I'm not in the current career. The current season is a bit of a restriction for me as far as I can't post to the battle map for the online war. I think that would be interesting. I want to explore that. Combat log toggles, whether or not you have floaty damage over there, I'd like. And then there's the combat log. And they all persist can I do them both? It's just one or the other. No combat log. No, you know what? I want the combat log. In the upper right-hand corner. Yep, I like that. Let's do that. Pilot randomizer. This is whether or not you can have some Ronins starting pilots. I think that's fine. Some variability, especially after you've played for a little while, is a bit fun. Concrete jungle. Change the urban biomes to war-torn nightmares. Urban biomes may include ambushes, traps, and destroyed environment. Absolutely. Let's go ahead and turn that thing on. Basement demolishers. Woo! Okay. Yes. I got all the DLC installs. I've added all the timelines for the which eras to enable. So I did them all. So we'll see things that are ancient to current. If you wanted to do a feel for progression, you could just click through as your gameplay goes on to increase the age that you're in. We got proto-mechs down here. We've got non-canon C2 units. We've got the Urbo Apocalypse. That gives you a bunch of Urbies that are different builds. You got some custom plug-and-play stuff, challenging content, high-end upgrades of classic mechs add a percentage to the online progress. I did add elite pilots and mechs. I added pilot techs. I added super heavies. Nuclear characters. Oh, yeah. Very challenging content. Nuclear weapons. They are what they say they are. Do expect... I like this. Do expect to be wiped instantly. Once we decide we're done, I'm going to turn that option on and we'll wait to see when it happens. Experimental weapons. Yep, sure. We'll throw in some experimental weapons as well. Best value prices. What? A selection of knockoff components and equipment. Nah, we'll leave that off. The Rogue Society is desperate technologies and prototypes of the society as they try to topple the warrior caste during the wars of... Yeah, sure. Let's turn that on too. Science rules. Good deal. Additional Flashpoint storylines. I turned off the Arana Restoration storyline. If you want to see that, go ahead and play the basic BattleTech. You can see it as flashpoints in this, but I don't like it. I don't like it because the missions spawn all over the map. And you could spend a month and a half going from one mission to the next. And I feel like if it's a campaign, that it needs to be a little bit more constricted than that. It doesn't feel like it is. Maybe they have tried to restrict it down to the Arana Restoration and Arano areas, but it doesn't feel like it's that restricted. In the original BattleTech, you go from one mission to the next pretty quickly, and you can usually finish the entire thing with some time left in the year. And I don't feel like that's the case, so I've turned that off. I've turned on the other things, the LV-426, that's the alien content, I believe, right? Uninhabited asteroid, and recover the Black Marauder. I haven't seen that pop up yet, so it would be interesting to see that. Drones of Siberia. I think I'm working through a few of these. The super heavy flashpoints. I think that's like up from the deep. I missed that particular flashpoint. It came up once. I was waiting for it to come back around. We've got hireable Ronin. The Ronins have special skills. I turned that on because I want to see some interesting character builds. And every once in a while, that's why I keep checking the hiring hall to see if there's any Ronin. And I've got a few. I think Oddball counts as a Ronin. Emblem options. If you want stuff to pick from, I picked them all. See, portraits, took them all. What the hell? As far as evacuated cities, I did evacuate the cities, and that way I don't hear the screams and the blood spatters. But maybe we shouldn't do that, huh? I've not been properly. The war is a messy business. Yeah. Boy. Should we hear? Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna flip that on there. See what happens. Updated fire effects. I like the new firing effects. I for the purposes of being able to see what's going on the map. Fog of War. So here, the Fog of War, in case you don't know, when you're on a tactical map, if you're playing a tabletop game, you can see all of the terrain, you see all the units, you can move around as you will, and that doesn't have the Fog of War. Fog of War is really about, there's areas of the battlefield you don't see, you don't have intelligence about, so things could be happening there without your knowledge. Things could be moving around in the darkness. Fog of War here just says, once I've revealed an area, does it stay revealed? So if I expose a hex, I always know what's in the hex. And instead what I'm saying is, I only know about what I see. And I think that's the better way to play the game. You do you, but I would suggest turning on the Fog of War on a unit basis only. So some units will see really well, some units won't. So the ones with enhanced vision, you turn on the enhanced vision, the area you're seeing will expand a little bit. Night vision overlay, sure, why not? This just gives a green tint to the night vision so that you can tell when it's nighttime. Speed mod, this is definitely give me all the speeds that I can, because gameplay as it is sometimes takes too damn long. I'm going to skip the intro. If you get the RogueTech for the first time, I encourage you to watch the intro. I feel like it's inspiring. It gives me a little bit of an adrenaline rush. I love that in a game. There's only a few games that I've really been charged up by the intro, Most of it's kind of just interesting. I just remembered like Day of the Tentacle had a really great intro scene. I feel like XCOM has a really good the original XCOM has a great intro scene, and all that one is just pictures popping up on the screen with music and stuff going on, but it really tells the story well. I love those. We're going to also do no auto sorting of my mechs in my mech bay. Special effects, just if you have some special effects you like, if you don't like the guys talking in the background, for example, you can turn on the silence. If you want to see all the marks on the ground, turn on scorched earth. All these are all quality of life type effects for immersion. Colored panic system floaties. So this one is going to change the color of the panic system. So when things start to get kind of weird, the text that comes up in orange. When they start to really panic, it comes up in red. So I like that because, sometimes I can't necessarily read the words well because my eyesight's not as good as it can be. It's helpful to see that. Plus, it also gives you a little bit of an immersion feeling to the panic. Yeah, I'm not so worried yellow. It's getting kind of weird orange. Oh my God, I'm out of here red. The last few here, select the style of the alternate portraits. Do you want the default ones or do you want the photography style mech icons? Personally, gray picture of every mech, grayscale. I like the colored and unique portraits for every unit by Eternus here. I suggest you use that. Tech and repair. So in this one, I think in the original BattleTech, when you brought your mech back, all your armor was repaired for free. Well, world doesn't work that way. So here I have a requirement that all armor you put on takes time, takes money. So if you want a little bit of a challenge, turn that on. Definitely leave the inject mod tech on for here. It just says required for the install, but just leave it on. Miscellaneous tasks, only use these if you are directed to. Unless you're having problems, you don't need to worry about clearing your cache or removing your old RogueTech saves. This is the kind of thing you might do on a new install. Like, for example, if I do a whole new career, I'll probably click both of these on the first time that I go through it. Rendering options, use multi-threading if you have the computer for it. It'll certainly help with the speed of draw. And then the last is the RogueTech performance fixes. Throw those in there too to help with some of the speeds. Okay, so we click OK. It says, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that, and it's going to wipe out the mod directory and reinstall the mods correctly for the options that I picked. So with that, come back and join me on another episode of RogueTech. I'm in the late game right now. I think we can do a couple more super heavies. We've turned on a few more of the difficulty options to see if it's going to try to kick my ass. And then eventually we'll get to the point where we're going to go ahead and do our nuke option, and we'll see the nukes happen before I go into another season. So thanks again for joining me. Take care. Bye-bye.
I'm creeping through the shadows in the corners of your mind. I go where the wind blows. I run but I don't hide. I hear the call of the wild, whispering the name. No, I can't be tamed. My heart belongs to the night. I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a